और भारत दौरे पर आए अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप हैदराबाद हाउस में बड़ी बातें कह रहे हैं, ये सुन लेते हैं।
Country is under control, but again, we do business with a lot of other countries. We take care, we work with other countries. We want other countries to be happy, healthy, and well. They've got to be happy, healthy, and well. It's very simple. And so let's see how it all works out, but I think it's going to work out fine. I hope so. We're working very hard. We're spending a tremendous amount of money also on, we just asked for $2.5 billion on getting everything ready just in case something should happen, and also helping other nations that really aren't equipped to do it. So with that, it's an honor to be with you, and if you'd like to ask some questions and find out how much you should invest in the United States of America, I'll tell you exactly where to invest and how to invest. We just did a lot of business with India where they're buying $3 billion worth of helicopters, great helicopter. We have helicopters like, we make the best military equipment in the world by far. And, the Prime Minister actually said if you were president 30 years ago, would have all your equipment. But they started buying many years ago from another nation and others, and now they're starting to buy from us. So that's an honor. But we're up to a pretty high number. We'll be up very quickly to a pretty high number. And we do make by far the best, and they want to have the best. So that's what we do. So thank you all very much. If the press wants to stay for a couple of questions, we're going to be having a news conference at 5 o'clock. So you can go to that, or you can stay and hear some of these questions from truly some of the greatest business leaders anywhere in the world. Now, if you'd like to I could do this, Steve. I could read the book for you, and we could have a beautiful little speech. It will take 5 minutes, and you'll fall asleep, but they might find it interesting. I don't know about them, but you guys have heard it before. But please, if you have any questions, please. Anybody? Okay, let's go home. Boy, we must have done a very good job if you'd have. Do you want to say something about the energy business?
Yes, sir.
Please. How are we doing?
We're doing great, sir. My name is Dan Brouillette. I have the privilege of serving in the United States. I'm the president. As his Secretary of Energy, we've had great conversations here in India with my counterpart, Minister Pradhan. I expect that in the very near future we're going to have some new energy deals.
Yeah.
And so far, that noise.
Sounds nice. Sounds like a Trump rally, actually. We're actually saying hello to the embassy people as soon as we finish.
Sir, I'll just end with this. In the last 2 years, we've seen a remarkable uptick in the purchases of U.S. oil and gas by India. And when the president was elected in 2017, that number was approximately 25,000 barrels per day of crude oil. It is now over 250,000 barrels per day, a tenfold increase. And we expect it to get better from here.
It's going up very, very rapidly. Thank you very much, Dan. Really great job. Where is Robert? Yes, please.
Why some of these companies have decided to invest in the United States to make big manufacturing.
Okay, good. Would anybody like to say? Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, I'm Chandrasekhar, representing Tata Group.
Yep.
First, let me start by following instructions. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for making a picture.
Good.
And our group has 10 different companies in the United States. We have annual revenues of close to $25 billion, and we have manufacturing plants in
Great job, yeah.
And then we have a chemicals plant in Wyoming, and we employ about 42,000 people. And your tax reforms is exceptionally very, very good.
So which to you was more important, the tax cuts, we did massive tax cuts, or the regulation cuts? Because I've had a lot of people in your positions running the biggest companies in the world saying the tax cuts were very important, but the regulation cuts may have been more important.
The regulation cuts are more important not to start new businesses.
Right.
For example, steel business, we have some issues, which we represented that have been resolved now. And we run a very large IT company as well in the United States. And we are building some skills. We are trying to work with Ivanka.
Right.
We want to try and skill 1 million people in the United States.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. That's great.
We are deeply engaged.
I heard that you were doing that, and I really appreciate it, and Ivanka appreciates it. And, she started off, she wanted to get 500,000 people jobs. And if you know her, within about 2 weeks, she had that one done. And I think you're up to over 15 million people being trained by great companies, some great companies. Walmart was very much instrumental in some of the companies in this room. Yeah. They've done it great. So it's up to 15. And I don't think government could teach jobs like that. In other words, you teach something and it's complex stuff. Government is not equipped to do that. We could put all the money we want into government to do it, and they're just not equipped to do it. So thank you very much. That's fantastic. Great story. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Mr. President, you talked about regulations, so I
Right.
do want to confirm that in 2017, we put up the first automotive assembly plant in Southeast Michigan in 25 years.
Right, that's right.
Making off-road utility vehicles. And the speed with which we could set up the company to get operations going, we have not experienced anywhere in the world. So we've invested about $1 billion, and right now we're in the shortlist of the bid for the United States Postal Service new delivery van, a decision which
Good.
will come up by the end of the year. And if that comes through, we're going to very happily put in another $1 billion and employ about 2,000 people.
Very good. You've done a great job. So when are the bids due? When are they due?
We are told sometime around August.
How many vans is it that you'd be making?
They're about 180,000.
Wow. That's a big business, isn't it?
When we were told that, the Postal Service vans are actually, they're the right-hand drive.
Right, that's
They're
right.
diesel. So guess who makes right-hand drive diesel vehicles? Well, that's all Indian automakers.
Yeah.
That's why we're bidding for it.
Good. Well, good luck. That's great. That's good luck. Yes, sir, please.
So my name is part of we
Yeah, good.
We've invested almost $500 million in the pharmaceuticals, very sophisticated things like nuclear medicine, allergy. We are present in 22 states with almost 2,000 people. And the other thing that we are doing is starting drug discovery in America for oncology. That's a biotech venture for new drugs, especially for therapies.
Right,
which
sure.
are very limited drugs available.
Right.
So my question to you is, mainly on the healthcare side, how do you see for companies like ours coming in from India,
Yeah.
setting up manufacturing plants in the States?
All right. Healthcare is very important to the Republican Party, I will tell you. And we haven't been talking about it. We've been doing. We got rid of the individual mandate, which was a disaster in Obamacare, which really ended Obamacare. We're now taking the shell of Obamacare and really running it well. I had a choice. I could run it well or I could run it poorly. Then everybody would be upset and they'd blame President Obama. We decided to run it well, but would like to terminate it and put in great health care. We can do that. When you look at single payer, when you look at what Bernie Sanders and others want to do for the Democrats, it will never work because they're never going to be able to do it. It's not going to work, number one. Number two, it's not going to be good, even if it did work. And it's totally unaffordable, which for you would be a big problem. And I happen to think I've been pretty good at markets. The fact that they are even looking like they're in the hunt, I think drives our stock market down. Now, when we win re-election, I think we will. When we win, I think the market's going to go up like it's going to be like a rocket ship, like last time, but even more so. I think the fact that the Democrats are so radical, so out of control, they honestly don't know what they're doing. You see what's happening. They want to tell you about health care, and yet they can't count their own votes. In fact, now they're even saying that if you look at Nevada, that's all messed up with the vote count, and some of them are questioning the votes, but certainly Iowa was, I've never seen anything like it, and I've been watching politics for a long time, been involved in it now for a while, and I've never seen anything like it. So, but I think the fact that there's an election coming up, I think, a lot of people think we're going to win the election. I feel we're going to win the election because what we've done for jobs and for the military, for the vets, what we've done for healthcare. What we've done for healthcare is incredible, including giving options to Obamacare at a far less cost, a cost that's much less. But if you look at all of the things that we've done, rebuilding our military, the biggest tax cuts in history, regulation cuts, that brought all you people. That's why you're in the United States, and then you're very happy and you're going in with more. But I think until the election is over, people are, and it's not just Bernie Sanders, it's others too. I think if people thought that there was a real chance of them getting it really is going to keep the market down. Now the market's been up 70, 80, 90%, depending on your definition of, You can look at about 16 different definitions, but the country's been incredible. It had one bad day, that was yesterday. Futures are up today a little bit. But if you look at what we've done in terms of the percentage, even taking 1,000 points off, the numbers are incredible. If the other side had gotten in, I think it would have been 50 or 60 points down from where it was. Because the big thing, again, these regulation cuts, they were going to put more regulations on you. You were being strangled. Whether it was Keystone Pipeline, Dakota Access Pipeline, 48,000 jobs between the two of them, so many other things. I mean, nothing was getting done. Nothing was going to be built. It would take you 20 years to get a highway approved, a small highway. Take you 20 years to get a roadway approved. And it was out of control. We have that way down. That number is way, way down. And they may not get approved because if it doesn't work from a safety standpoint or an environmental standpoint, we don't want to get it approved either. We're not going to let them have it approved. But it's going to end up taking 2 years, and we're trying to get it down to less than that. And if it doesn't work, at least you're going to find, how about working on something for 21 years and you find out that it just got rejected? So half of your working life, of course, nowadays with people retiring so early, it's more than half, right? But half of your working life, you're trying to get an approval. And then after 20 or 21 years, they reject you. We reject 3-2. That happens. That happens. So we've done a real job. But I think that, frankly, until the election is over, our market, it's phenomenal. But our market will jump thousands and thousands of points if I win. If I don't win, you're going to see a crash like you've never seen before. I really mean it, too. It's okay. Anybody else? Yes, sir, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm P.K. Goenka from Western Group. We have
Great.
invested around $400 million.
Yeah.
And we get around 1,500 jobs.
I actually follow you guys, you know, what you're investing.
Thank you very much for clearing the Keystone Pipeline.
Yep.
That was a big thing. Immediately once you become the president.
Right.
And all the pipes are manufactured in the U.S.
That's right.
It's a big thing.
That was one of the things I said, right? I put a little note in handwriting. You have to make the pipe in the USA, right? On the bottom. They said, sir, this will take 2 weeks to get. I said, no, it doesn't. You have to. Now, we had a little problem because they already bought the pipe, right? And that was a little bit, you know, unfair to them, I thought. So we had to sort of let them do what they had to do. But they had bought much of the pipe. And Dakota Access Pipeline was already built, except for the one river area that I freed up for them. So it was great. Well, that's good. So is that what you do?
Yeah, and we are really like at home, absolutely, and after all your expert and reforms, it's really a big thing.
Thank you very much. That's very nice to say. I appreciate it. Thank you for the investment. Yes, sir, please.
Mr. President, congratulations. You're doing an outstanding job in terms of developing the economy and the world too. My name is Mohan Reddy. I represent a company called Sai, a technology company. But more broad sense from the technology industry perspective, this industry has gone through a tremendous amount of transformation without making a large investment in the US, hiring a large hundreds of thousands of people right now. But we still have some challenges in terms of regulatory issues, especially administrative and legislative.
Right. I know that. Yeah.
So we're actually looking to them.
Well, we are. Now, some of the regulations have to go through what they call a statutory process, where you started to cut. We have the Secretary of Commerce here, and Wilbur knows exactly what this is all about. You have a statutory process, so we're going to cut regulations, but we have to give a 90-day notice, then we have to give 120 days, then we have to give 30 days, and we're in that process now with respect to a lot. No, we're going to cut a lot more regulations. No, and we're going to also have regulation, because I think you need regulation for safety and for environmental. But no president has ever cut anywhere close to what we've done. And I've done it in 3 years, and some of them have been for 8. In one case, is more than 8. But no president has come close. But we are in statutory environments where we have to go. We have one where we have to wait 6 months before we do phase 2, which is, and there's 4 or 5 phases. But they're all in a pipeline to get cut. And there's a certain period in about 7 or 8 months from now where a lot of them are going to be gone. But we go